Welcome to the latest episode of the Dis Divas podcast, where two friends with dysautonomia decided to ditch their salt and vinegar chips for a support group that's the perfect blend of sass and self care. Join us for some serious belly laughs and a healthy dose of sarcasm as we navigate the ups and downs of chronic illness together. This episode, this is how you do it. How to prepare for traveling safely when you have an invisible illness like dysautonomia. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dis Divas.
Hello.
Hello.
I love the title of this episode. Seriously.
I know. I've got that music stuck in my head.
I know. I'm like thinking, what was it, Montel Williams? I'm like, no, not Montel Williams. It's the other guy.
Yeah,
This is
that's
how
so
I
cool.
do it.
Exactly. Perfect title. Um, but yes, before I get sidetracked, because I've got that going through my head. Um, if you have a chronic illness, or like us, dysautonomia and many other chronic illnesses, um, it's in your best interest to have what we call a go bag or travel go bag. So when you're going to be traveling somewhere, even if it's just to the grocery store, as weird as it sounds, you never know when you're going to have a flare up. So we have some recommendations for some things that you might want to put in your go bag when you're traveling so that you won't get caught short and end up in the ER unnecessarily. So, do you have a go bag, Stacy?
So I have this, which is my little with my EpiPen, little essential oils,
Mhm.
um, my blood pressure kit. I've got my emergency inhaler in there, and then I've got what I love about this is like if I need, Benadryl, Zyrtec, whatever I need, as like symptom management, I have in
Mhm.
this little thing, which I think is wonderful.
Mhm.
Um, I really have not been traveling a lot in the last 5 months, but I do bring that bag, you know. But when I did travel last year, when I was going on airplanes back and forth to LA and Las Vegas, I had my bag with me. I always made sure I had my lanyard. I actually got it off of the Dysautonomia International website. You know that lanyard? So
Mhm.
when I went in the airport, I had the lanyard around my neck. I was in a wheelchair. Like, I guess I was kind of prepared, but I think I could do a little better. What about you?
Yeah. I always carry in my purse, and this is just this little baggie that is so cute. And
Oh, that
I'm
is
not
cute.
endorsing Foxtail Coffee for a sponsor, but if you want to, hey, I love their coffee, but I love the little baggie. And inside
That's
this little
cute.
baggie, I keep my pills, but I put them in these little baggies like this that you can
Oh,
actually
I have
write on
those
them what the
too.
medication is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I fold
They're
them and I
wonderful.
put them in here. So I
Okay.
have these always in my purse with me, but I've taken that a step further. I have what I call a little go bag of medications in the glove box of the car as well. For like if we were to go to a theme park or something, or sometimes you run off without your purse, which is rare, but it happens. You just have to go do something quick. I'll like go get a gallon of milk or something, and that's when something goes wrong. And you're like, oh, I left my purse at home. So I keep
Right.
that in the glove box. I have that in my purse, and then I have my go bag, which is like a messenger bag for me. And
Yeah.
in that, I keep some cold packs, the kind you squeeze and activate that bought from Amazon. I've got cold packs, I've got heat packs, the ones that you can activate, the that you buy at Walgreens or Walmart or whatever. I also have relaxing essential oils, the ones that work best for me. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's the lavender relaxing, sometimes grounding oil, whatever works for you, and your favorite scent. Bottled water. I also
That's a
carry
big one.
electrolyte. Yep, electrolytes, whether you like liquid IV or LMNT, depending on what your salt needs are,
I
or
don't like
drip
that.
drop. It's a little too salty for me, but people
Same.
who have a different form of POTS need that salt. So you kind of find one that works for you. So make sure you get your electrolyte drink mix. Most of them are dry. Or sometimes you can get them in the little concentrated drops, so you can just squirt it into your water bottle. They have those too.
I like
Um,
believe it or not, I like the Walmart brand of liquid IV.
yeah, yeah, it's
Hmm.
not bad. It's cheaper too, that's for sure. Walgreens has their brand. Publix has their brand. Everybody's got their
Right.
brand. The other thing I keep on hand is a list of my doctor's names and numbers.
That's
Just
smart.
sheet, just in case. And the other thing that I should have mentioned at the beginning of this is if you are traveling to go somewhere on vacation with a group of people or just friends, it is important that you share your conditions with them so they know, if something were to go down, what's going on and what they can do to help you. So having the doctor's names and numbers in the bags for easy reach, an extra phone charger. You never know if you're going to end up in an urgent care waiting, 3 or 4 hours, or if you're going to end up in the ER and you don't want your phone to go dead on you. So I always keep an extra phone charger in the glove box and also in my
Right.
go bag and in my purse. I get them everywhere. Mini toiletries. That's a little personal thing for me
Right.
because if God forbid you get admitted, you want to be able to have people to brush your teeth. You want some deodorant, something to do your hair with, little things like that. Little toiletries. And then my other thing is I keep like a very light sweater or a light jacket because most of the hospitals are freezing. And
Right.
by the time you get a blanket, you're already frozen.
Sure.
So that's my other little thing. And then my last but not least note would be make a group in your phone so that if you have family members or people that you need to notify about what's going on, instead of you answering like trying to answer 10 different texts while the doctors and nurses are coming in and out of your room, just send out a group text to everybody at once so they know what's going on.
Right. Right.
So
Um, I like the idea of a fan too, like a little portable fan, because I know when I get really hot, I don't have one, but it is something that I do have intentions to get because sometimes just blowing the fan on my face really helps. Or if I can't stick my fridge in my fridge, if I can't
it's
stick my head in the freezer to reset my
yeah.
nervous system, the fan really helps. Any device. I don't wear watches, so I don't that doesn't work for me, but I think you do, right? Don't you have an app? You
Yeah.
you monitor it.
Yeah, I have an Apple Watch which will monitor
Yeah,
my heart rate. It also monitor my oxygen. So if it tells you if your heart rate's high, it's going to tell you.
right.
So that's very helpful. I can also do an EKG on it, which is helpful.
Oh,
So if you feel
wow.
like tachycardia or AFib, actually, if you have AFib, the watch will tell you. It'll buzz up on your watch and say AFib detected. And,
So I have a
and from
question
an
for you.
emergency standpoint,
This just popped in my head. How do you tell the difference if it's AFib versus a drama llama? Like how do you feel?
drama llamas are nowhere near as intense for me as AFib, because with AFib, your heart's not beating properly. The blood's just
Hmm.
pooling in your heart. It's trying to beat. And for that, I find that I like come in and out of consciousness because I'm not getting the blood to the brain, and I
Right.
just can't function. And I'm also extremely weak. Like can't do anything weak. With the drama llamas, your heart's still beating. It might be beating faster than it normally is, but everything's
Right.
flowing. It's just going at 100 miles an hour. So I can function better. I just don't feel good. But the AFib is just a completely different horse of a different color, and it's just awful. It feels like your heart's doing flip flops in your chest, and
See,
you're
I
trying to
have
catch.
bradycardia tachycardia syndrome. So it goes back and forth, but now that I'm kind of stabilized with the Corlinor and the guac, but that feeling in the beginning is god
It's
awful. I
awful.
mean, you can't do anything. You cannot do anything. Yeah, I don't have
No,
AFib, but the Brady tachycardia sucks. Oh, that's good to know. Oh, wow.
yeah, that's what the Apple Watches will call it. But you have to have that set up, and I believe you have to have cellular data independently on your watch, not just on your phone, for that to work.
Right. Right.
But it will do that.
Huh.
It has saved many people who have fallen. People who've gone biking and or hiking and have taken a spill, and because of the watch notifying people and calling 911, they're still here to
Wow.
talk about it today. So,
That's amazing. That's
but even if
amazing.
you can't afford an Apple Watch, there are plenty of other devices out there that are similar that do almost the same thing. So, and it's
Yeah.
a good way to help
Yeah.
track. Like if I feel like I'm having tachycardia, I'll go do an EKG. It's on my phone. I can export it right to my doctor's email and send it right then and there.
Oh, that's fabulous. Wow. I just
And
can't have that. I don't know. I just can't wear watches. They bother me.
There's also another little device, and I have it somewhere. I think it's in my purse, called eCardia Mobile, and it's about this big, and it's silver, and it's got a little spot in the middle, and they've upgraded it since I bought mine. And you basically download the app on your phone, and it's really tiny. And you set it down, you put your fingers on it, and it takes an EKG and records it in the app on your phone.
Oh wow.
Cardia Mobile, but it's Cardia with a K. I
Okay.
used to use that before I got the watch that did it, and that was very helpful also. Because
Right.
by the time
Right.
you see the doctor, they'll be like, "Did you catch it? Did you get an EKG?" And you're like, "Well, gee, I was trying to breathe, and stay awake and function, so I didn't think to take an EKG." But
Hmm.
now, when it's on when your watch is on your wrist, it's real easy to just hit the button and do it, and then you can say, I caught something. Here it is. Tell me what you think."
Right. Right. Hmm.
So
Very cool.
helpful too. The other thing I forgot to mention, and I think you mentioned about having in your bag, is a blood pressure cuff, like a wrist cuff, because they're smaller, so you can
Thank you for
monitor.
mine, by the way.
You're welcome. And also a pulse ox, so you can measure if you don't
I
have
have a
a
pulse
watch
ox
that
too.
on your finger.
Yeah.
And most importantly, because I've run into this before, excuse me, bring backup batteries for those devices. Because if they've been sitting in your glove compartment or something and it's hot, those batteries drain quickly. So always make sure you've got extra batteries for your blood pressure cuff and your pulse ox. And
Hmm.
for me, I also carry a portable nebulizer for my asthma for that too. So it's like
Right.
Christmas. Make sure you have batteries. Is there anything else that you carry? Oh, a cold towel. There's nothing. Those people mist towels. I can't remember the name of the company, but it's a towel that you can get wet and it gets cold instantly.
Yeah.
And put that around your neck, and that helps
I do like the
tremendously.
cold packs. I do like the cold packs. I feel like I'm always running hot though. I don't carry the heat packs, but like I said, I'm really not I really need to redo, and be a little more prepared and have a little more, a little more if I travel. I'm actually, God willing, planning to go up north in March, but I don't right now I'm not able to fly at all. But I'm hoping that I get out of this crisis. Um and then I can fly, but I will be definitely be prepared the next time.
Let's see, with SSD, are there
That's a
benefits or
good
layers
question.
of allowance?
I've
Well,
never had. Have you? Have you
with
used that?
Social Security disability, I have not. However, with Medicare, which you're eligible after you hit 24 months from your date of disability,
I'm
you're
eligible in
automatically
December.
enrolled in Medicare. In
Yeah.
Medicare, you get, I don't think it matters which plan, but most plans give you an allotment quarterly of like $40 to $60 that you can spend on items at Walgreens. Like you could buy liquid IV, or you could buy nasal spray, or what. There's a little, at least with mine, I can go into the insurance company's app and upload the little scanner. When I go into the store and I'm like, I just scan the barcode to see if it's covered. If it's covered, I
Right.
just go up to the register with it. They scan my insurance card. Done. Out the door.
Wow. I
Excuse me.
gotta look into this about SSDI because I gotta see if there's any allowance for the items because this stuff is really expensive, and both of
It
us
is.
are on disability.
Excuse me.
We don't have the
Well,
luxuries like
case
we
in
used
point.
to.
Yeah, case in point for me is the Corlinor. It's $100 for a 30-day supply of Corlinor. And then I've got blood thinner medication I take that's also expensive. And I can't think, there's another medication that is also just as crazy. And I'm like, now I understand why people say they can't afford to take their medication, because it's so expensive. You cannot live on a percentage of what you used to make when you were working and then hand out big gobs of money for medication. It just doesn't work. I mean,
No, I had to go with the
$100.
patient assistance program with Corlinor and the guac. Thank God I was able to get on both because mine was 600 a month. I don't know how you got it for 100. We couldn't get it below 600. It's ridiculous. Who can
It
afford
came up
that?
to $100, but that was supposedly not covered through my health insurance. I'm like, who can afford $100 a month? I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. But yeah, I'm waiting for the paperwork from Amgen also, which they said they
I
sent
can't
out
I
2
can't
weeks
wait because
ago.
I truly believe that's going to be a game changer for you. I just have a really good, Nurse Stacy hat going on, then it's coming right back off.
Yeah,
I think it's going
I've
to
been
be real
having
good
so
for
much
you.
tachycardia lately. I need something. All I did
Yeah.
yesterday was basically get up, shower, and get dressed, and that was it.
Mhm.
My spoons were gone, and my body was like, "Nope, I'm not doing
Oh, I'm not getting out of bed after this. I'm done. I put the makeup on. I showered, and I'm like, we're done here. So I'm going to sit looking pretty in bed.
it." Excuse me.
Awesome. This was
No,
a good episode. This was a lot of good information. We'd like to know what everyone has in their go-to bag.
right,
Any other
please share.
tips, tricks? Please share. Yep.
Definitely. And by all means, yes, join us on Wednesdays for new episodes. This Divas Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and also thisdivas@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your comments. And if you have a topic you'd like us to talk about, if you want to share, please feel free to contact us and we'll be happy to do that. So
Bye,
until
everyone.
next
Have a great
time,
weekend.
bye, everybody.